Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it's I, Charlie, and I'm back for something slightly different. Brought to you by Altered Infusion. Alright, so I was going to do one of these yesterday, but I was a little stressed out, a little bit tired, and basically brain dead. If you want to know why, you can probably ask me, and I might tell you. Or I might not. Who knows? But one thing can be said. One of the wonderful things for the capitalistic society we live in is when I tend to get slightly stressed out, I go on buying binges. Thankfully, I have a son to buy weird stuff for, and that kind of satiates, or it qualms the store. But of course, I also bought A Million Ways to Die in the West. Of course, I've never seen it, don't know anything about it. Well, I do know, I know stuff about it, but I don't know if it's good, it's bad, I don't know. You should tell me. It's a little late now. Ender's Game! I kind of made myself a promise that I would never really get hyped up for a movie that's based on a book. Because, let's be honest, I am a purist when it comes to books, going to movies. I want everything. I don't want them to miss anything. And I'm setting myself up for failure. And the last one is called Earth to Echo, which I have no idea. I just picked it up. So, okay, this is going to be a real quick video because I am going to be going to the Georgia Game Developers Association meetup tonight at SCAD. That's the Savannah College of Art and Design down in Atlanta, Georgia, down in the downtown area of Atlanta, Georgia. It's going to be, I think it's like the first meetup or maybe the second. I think it's the first. I am going to pull up YouTube, Facebook while I talk because I'm so prepared for these things. 1 second. 1 second. It's here somewhere. Ah, yes, the audio shootout at... Wait, what? Tuesday, February 2nd. Nope, that's the wrong one. Hold on. Time out. Where the hell did it go? Did I enter the wrong one? Oh, no, it's not the Georgia Game Association. It's the IGDA Atlanta, a night of game design at 8 p.m. tonight at SCAD. You should come. It'll be awesome. If you can come, you should. If you can't, I'm sorry. It's slightly depressing. All right, so I feel like this has the potential of going into one of those Family Guy episodes where Peter works at the news station. What really grinds my gears? What really grinds my gears? All right, here's this crazy concept. It's called, if you play video games, if you play any game, there are different levels of expertise. Not everyone has this godlike ability to play games and make it awesome for everyone. Sometimes people make mistakes, like myself. I play Smite. I play it really for shits and giggles. I'm not going to go pro. I'm probably not going to be the best person in the world to play Smite, so I'm sorry for everyone who PvPs with me or is in a match with me. I am going to try to do the best I can. I don't have, like charts and graphs of like, well, if I get this shield and this weapon and this boot, I don't know. I just literally go, oh, that looks pretty. Click. Oh, look, it made me slightly faster. Or it allows me to gain life back. That's huge for me because I'm usually the idiot who gets a little too far ahead of himself and then dies. So I like to have something to regain my health. So, that being said, ladies and gentlemen, for any of you out there who play games, understand one itty-bitty little thing. Not everyone has the same playing level as you. It's amazing. People are different. Holy crap! I understand, yes. I streamed Smite last night. This is really why I'm bringing it up. Of course, I don't play chalk on a regular basis, so I'm sorry if I'm not quickly like, oh yeah, I'm going to chalk it out, man. Woo! Because I have to figure out how does the chalk feel? What could chalk do? I kind of poke around to figure out where I need to be, and then I go from there. It's not an immediate, which is why I don't play PvP on MMOs or most MMOs, because most MMOs basically are set up that you have to party with individuals, and for me, there's too many asshats out there. I'm sorry. But the wonderful thing about the internet is that you can be as douchey as you want to be in the game environment. It's amazing though. You go, you look at us as a community. We're amazing. If someone's in trouble, we are willing to help out. But you put us in the actual game, and then some kind of switch is like, and then all of a sudden it's a-hole. Severe a-hole. It's like, oh my God, how could you not play exactly like I thought you could play with that character? Oh my God! I'm not you. I'll never be you. Oh, which brings me to my next point. Ladies and gentlemen, there's this amazing thing out there called the ability to stream content. Twitch is basically the center hub for streaming video game content. Here's the funny thing. Not everyone is a complete expert. They just may want to stream what they're doing. For me, my playthroughs, my streaming, all that stuff, it's not to show my expertise or my ultimate awesomeness that is my game playing, but to show you that there are people who play in the middle of the road. Oh my God, that sounds like I'm playing in traffic. There are people that make mistakes. No one is perfect. I know that a lot of people would love to think that they are, but everyone makes mistakes, especially in video games. And I am one of those individuals who plays video games and likes to stream from time to time to basically, start up a conversation. I use my streaming as a tool to start a conversation, not to show you how awesome I am at the game. Because let's be honest, the last time that I was like uber awesome with a game was a Super Nintendo game called Brutal Paws of Fury, which coincidentally was the only fighting game that I could actually consistently win. Probably because I had memorized all the moves. But because I'm now Ultra Confusion, I don't have the time required to gain the level of expertise required to be amazing at one thing, because I have about, like 7 or 8 games that I have to play at a time. So I apologize to those individuals who end up partying with me in Smite or watching my my Twitch stream, and you see that I'm not amazingly perfect. Yeah, I'm sorry. But that's who I am. I am Charlie, a man who thought that knew as soon as he could get himself in front of his first computer that he wanted to make computer games. And yet I've fallen flat on my face when it comes to programming because I get too stressed. Here's a little tidbit from me to you, youngsters, oldsters, viewers, listeners, fans, whatever. Nothing is ever going to fall on your lap. You can buy every single book underneath the sun and think, aha, now that I have the book, I'm set for success. First of all, osmosis doesn't work. You have to actually read the book. Second of all, you got to be willing to fail. And you got to be willing to do a lot of trial and error. Making a game, writing a book, playing a game. Making a movie, whatever. You're going to have more failures than successes, but it's those failures that help build you to those successes, which I know. It's amazing that I'm saying this, and I really need to actually start taking my own words of wisdom and applying them to make it really real, so that you, the listeners, the viewers, the audience, the youngsters, the oldsters, everybody can see that it works. Yeah. I'm your average Joe. I love video games. I love anime. I love comic books. Not as up to date as I used to be with anime, because anime used to be basically every single paycheck that I had in college, because I was an RA. went to anime. Comic books was really a thing when I was little, and then unfortunately I moved away from Macon, Georgia, where I had like the cool mom and pop comic shop that had all my comics in there. Then when I moved up to Atlanta, I never got that feel. I mean, Oxford Comics is like not to be mean, but it's kind of like if you don't know your shit, they are going to ridicule the crap out of you. So you have to be prepared. You have to be the super nerd to get in there. You can't be like, comics. They will kill you. Figuratively, they won't actually kill you. I mean, that would be terrible for business, but let's be honest. I love movies. Here's my biggest issue. I have about a bajillion, million, quadrillion things and ideas in here. And the unfortunate thing is, when I try to spit it out, to start on something, my brain goes, oh shit, you should be doing this too. Oh, and this, and this, and this, and this, and that. Which unfortunately means that the vast majority of my stuff kind of goes, because I've started about 7 stories in the past year that have gotten, I think the furthest one got about 26 pages, and then I actually completed one, though a lot of people are like, that's not really a story, which I need to find so I can post it and I can show it to you. I love sports. I'm one of those nerds that when I was growing up, I wanted to be able to have a conversation with, if I have the cojones to talk to someone, because I'm shy, I'm an introvert, but if I have the cojones to talk to someone, I want to be able to talk to them on their level. So during baseball season, I tried to see some of the highlights from some of the baseball games. I learned what teams my coworkers like, so I can kind of add to the conversation. I'm gonna, I'll be like, I'm an okay baseball fan. I'm not a huge one. I hate baseball. I don't see any point to it. But the fact of the matter is, in order to feel like you belong, sometimes you make sacrifices. And you try to keep up to date with that. And then you've got people who love the sci-fi books. So, for me, I find it incredibly crazy. My brain just goes when someone asks me a question about something that, of course, not work-related. I mean, work-related, I better know the fucking question, or answer, excuse me. Oh, did you see this movie? What did you think about, what did you think about Star-Lord's father being the Collector? What? Maybe. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Could it be? Could Benicio del Toro actually be Star-Lord's father? I mean, he is an a-hole. And he is older than most people in the world, or the universe, or the galaxy, whatever you want to call it. That's weird, man. I can't wait for the second one. I love weird stuff. See, Captain Harlock, the CGI version of the old anime. It's awesome. It's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but the crazy thing is, when I try to find it on Blu-ray, it's not available here. What the fuck? Oh, also, one quick thing. I'm sorry, I'm like running late. I'm running over, but like I have a time limit. I'm the editor, the director, and the actor. Whatever. Here's the crazy thing. When you make, I understand that there are cultural differences everywhere, and that some people take certain things different ways. Like certain video games, the color scheme is different depending on where you are. Because red means something different, blue means something different, purple, yellow, whatever. So if you actually look at like a Kingdom Hearts game, you look at if you looked at the same Kingdom Hearts game in different parts of the world, you'll notice that the main character's clothing is different. It's usually just a color swap. It's not usually the entire outfit. It's just like, oh, look, what was blue is now brown or something. But those changes I'm okay with. It's the cultural decision to take a foreign movie and make changes to it because you think that maybe the U.S. wouldn't completely understand it or that it's unnecessary. Great example, and then I'm going to be done. There is an amazing Korean movie called Wonderful Days. I don't know what it is. I love this like hierarchical movies where you got like you got these elitists who are total a-holes, and you got these people who are the real people who kind of, you know, they're been shoved to the side. For some reason, Elysium, Wonderful Days, and some other stuff, great. But I got the I got the Hong Kong copy. I'm sorry. Oh my God, I did something wrong. And I got the real movie. Phenomenal, great. Then they finally release the U.S. version, which of course they changed the Wonderful Days to, I think it's like Blue Skies, and they remove random scenes out of there, which I'm like, huh? They did the same to Steam Boy. Just in case you wanted to see Steam Boy, I would recommend trying to find the original format so you can actually see the whole thing and not the U.S. bastardization of the movie. Okay, seriously, I gotta get to the IGDA Atlanta meetup. So thank you for tuning in to something slightly different for myself, Charlie. It's been a pleasure to give you the words of wisdom and honesty that comes spouting out of my mouth. I will see you next time, where I'm sure that I will divulge way too much information about myself, but that's okay. That's part of the learning process for you and for me. So until next time, thank you for tuning in. And oh, by the way, Thursday. I almost became a Swedish chef there for a second. For those of you who don't know who the Swedish chef is, go watch the Muppets, okay? All right. Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Myself and Zelius will take the stage yet again for another Thursday night hangout, where I'm sure we're going to be talking about the fact that Sony Online Entertainment has been sold off and is now going to be making Xbox games, which is kind of humorous, but at the same time, Sony has decided that they do not want to put as much time and money into first-party video game efforts, which tells me that they will continue to go in the foot. That's the foot, not the cojones. I mean, they could probably aim it at the cojones at this point. You never know. But we'll talk about Charlie's crazy dislike for Sony on Thursday. So tune in. And I'm sure I'll see you in the chat room. Or perhaps, if unfortunately you cannot make the actual hangout, have no fear. I shall record it and then give it to the masses through YouTube. So you can enjoy it that way too, if unfortunately you cannot make it. But I highly recommend that you make it, because if you do, you can be part of the chat room, which means that you get to actually change and craft the conversation that you see live. Because it's awesome like that, man. We're willing to do whatever it takes. Also, we'll be at Canuga and Momocon. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you tomorrow. Or soon. At least Thursday. Okay. That's it. Now, I'm going to cut.